Republican Representative Neal Dunn announced this morning that he's not going to be seeking re-election. Congressman Dunn represents District 2, covering Bay, Calhoun, Franklin, Gulf, Holmes, Jackson, Liberty, and Washington counties. His current term ends January 3rd, 2027. Representative Dunn said in a statement, quote, "After much prayerful consideration and discussion with my family, I have decided not to seek re-election to the United States House of Representatives. This will conclude my service after 5 meaningful terms representing the people of Florida's 2nd Congressional District." Now, you can read his full statement about this online at WJHG.com.